guys, my name is Salsa Sisa. We study number 216 So here I want to explain the subject of language learning assessment with uh, uh, pembahasan yang akan aku bahas buat memenuhi UTS pada 2023 ini. Okay, the first content in here, I want to explain the first topic is the function of evaluation, and then the second is authentic assessment. The third is rules and procedure in construction test, and then the fourth is Bloom taxonomy, and then the last is validity. So here the first is the function assessment. Here I want to explain the function of evaluation. So in the first is in learning. In learning here, tests are used to measure students' language ability, to discover how much they have been learning, to diagnose students' strength and weakness. So the second in teaching. In teaching here, to ensure effective teaching, to improve teaching ability, teaching quality, and to obtain feedback on student learning. So the last function of evaluation here is in research. In research here, language tests have a potentially important role in virtual or research that is related to the nature of language processing, acquisition, attrition, and language teaching. Okay, so the next material is authentic assessment. Here, authentic assessment is like penilaian yang mencakup seperti sikap, psikomotorik, dan knowledge-nya gitu ya. So here I want to explain about the kinds of authentic assessment. The first performs the teacher can do to do this, asking student name the element of the project of text that the will use to determine the complication criteria involves the participation. So the second kind is project assessment, an assessment activity of assessment that must be completed by the student, right, according to a certain period or time to apply their attitude, skill, and knowledge. So the third kind is portfolio assessment. A continuous assessment based on a collection of information that shows the development of student abilities certain period. So the last kind authentic assessment here is writing assessment. The writing test context of sleeping or supplying, answering, and description. So the next material is proceduring in construction a test, right? So okay, so in here I want to explain the production, yeah. In construction test, it is necessary to pay attention to the type of learning outcomes of the level of thinking ability which will be measured and assessed. So the first is planning test. Planning tests here, tests are used to measure student language ability, to discover how much how much they have been learning, to diagnose students' strength and weakness. So the second is preparation of test. In this step, the items are arranged according to the specification table so as not to divide too much. Prepare question, instruction, and answer key. So the third is try the test. after the test is prepared, the next step is to try the test by passing the validity test. Validity should refer to the extent to which the test reflection the curriculum. So the last uh, procedures is evaluating test. So here to determine the quality of the test, we will to know evaluation from the test, right? And the quality of the response from student is most important. So after evaluation, the exam question are ready to be give to students. So the next material I want to explain for of you all of you is the Bloom taxonomy. So here Bloom taxonomy have lots of level. Here level of talk. The level is uh, dibagi menjadi dua ya. Kayak ada lots and hots. Here lot is lower other thinking skill. Here step from in here kan ada segitiga. Nah, segitiga itu kita mulai dari paling bawah. Kayak dari remembering. Remembering ini kita kayak paling awal ini bagian dari lots, lower other thinking skill. So, nanti memuncak-muncak itu uh, dimulai dari hostnya itu atau high other thinking skill itu dari analyzing. Jadi analyzing di sini tuh start dari kita memulai host level of talk belum taksonomi ya. Dan yang terakhir itu adalah creating. Jadi mengcreate kayak mengkreasikannya itu loh. Able to produce essays, theories, classification, proposal, scientific writings, and work gitu ya. Jadi dari bawah remembering, understanding, so applying, analyzing, evaluation, synthesis, and the last is creating. So the last material is validity. Validity here I want to explain of the types of validity. The first validity here content ya. Content. The content of material being tested in relevant to the abilities of the knowledge, listen, experience, or background of the person being test. Content validity cannot be measured by numbers because the result of the assessment are in the form of adjustment to the substance of the test with ICT taken from the curriculum. So the second is contraction. Contraction here focus on test where each item pulls every aspect of thinking mentioned in the basic competence. So the number three of the types of validity is empirics. Empirics here is the accuracy of measurement based on the result of an empirical analysis organizing from or obtained on the base of observation in the field. So the third the three of types of validity. Yeah. So the next is have criteria. Criteria here we take from the Felis 2003 linking measuring instrument with other measuring instruments as criteria. Whether the measuring instruments can be explained by correlation result with the criteria based on exciting theory. So the five types of validity is concurrent. The benchmark is the score of similar tests that have been standards. So the example here is by correlation the result of new intelligence test which will be validated with a standard intelligence test score. So the last types of validity is predictive. Predictive here is the relationship between the test scores obtained by the test takers with conditions that will occur in the future test. So the last matter I want to explain all of you all is how to know the validity of a measurement tool. Here I have a test is set to have validity if the results are be the criteria, in the sense of having parallels between the test result and the criteria. The technique used to determine the alignment is the produce moment correlation technique proposed by Pearson. So here I have rumusan or product moment correlation. Here have rumusan to how to know the validity of measurement tool. So here uh, uh, So, itu tadi adalah penjelasan dari saya yang bisa saya sampaikan. Thank you so much for your watching this video. I'm sorry because I'm sorry apabila saya ada kesalahan. Mohon maaf. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.